I moved around a lot because my parents, they owned dry cleaners. When I was born, they were living in South Central LA. Then we started moving from there into a variety of different better and better apartments until they were finally able to buy a house for their first time down in Orange County, California. From the outside, it looked like the American dream family. My mom, for as long as I can remember, was always beating me. It started off with whatever stick she could find. I remember one Christmas I got a set of toy golf clubs. And she took the golf sticks and she would beat me with them until they were all broken. When I was 9, I, for the first time in my life, resisted my mother and her beatings. And she had a stick that had some nails in it, and so I was really, really badly injured, and so I tried to stop her for the first time, and that just sent her over the edge. So she went to the kitchen and came back with a knife. I remember standing at the door for what seemed like forever, realizing and thinking, if I go, my life is over. And so, and I realized that, if I want to live, I have no choice. And so I ended up running out and running for several blocks. And one of the neighbors was outside doing yard work, and they saw me and they called the police. And so I was taken to the hospital, and I had multiple stab wounds. And after I was discharged from the hospital, they took me to the county shelter. There were summer camps I went to for kids who were wards of the court, and there were adults that would give up their time and come and spend time with you and do cool things like arts and crafts and go swimming, go hikes and all that. And so for a week, maybe 2 weeks, you can forget that you're living in hell. I had one foster home placement. I was at that time where all the issues started coming up. I was a very angry early teenager at the time. I kept on pushing and testing boundaries and limits until it got to be so uncomfortable for everyone that I ended up going back into the system and being placed as cycle through foster home, or group homes rather. One night I woke up and my roommate was trying to molest me, was trying to rape me, and so I ran away. And that's how I ended up on the streets. I'd start off trying to go to secluded places like under freeway bridges and things like that, but that ended up being a bad idea because you end up being a target. When I was 17, I woke up. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know how I had gotten there. And I realized that I was going to die. I was an addict, hooked on coke, and knew that I was in big trouble and I was going to die unless something changed. So I called one woman who I had met through one of these summer camps. She had let me couch surf every once in a while, and she got me into rehab, and so I detoxed and been sober ever since. I have a master's degree now. I have an MBA. I am a chief marketing officer for a startup software company. When I was interviewing for my last job, they were asking me about myself and what's the most unusual thing about you, they asked. And I said, well, I'm a surprise. You would never guess that I was homeless. You would never guess that I'm a high school dropout. And so being completely transparent about that has made me a lot more comfortable in my own skin and also allowed me to connect with other people. I think the thing I'm most grateful for is that, when I think back as a child, I never expected to have a family. I always expected to be alone. 13 years ago now, almost 14 years, I met my husband Brian. So we decided that we would go the surrogacy route. And now we have 19-month-old twins, a boy and a girl. I remember all these people who tried to help me, and I know that they think that they had no impact at all. I'm only here because of the generosity and the compassion of people that tried to help me all the way through my life.